Hello everyone, my name is Rafael Mash and welcome to another hobby update. Today we are talking about Age of Sigmar Skirmish, and also we'll be talking about Age of Sigmar itself, the change from the Warhammer Fantasy Battles to Age of Sigmar, and the mini starter set, the Storm of Sigmar. So let's start with the change from Games Workshop. From Fantasy Battles to Age of Sigmar and uh, how I see this change. So first of all, I have to tell you that I love two things about Age of Sigmar. The first one is round bases. I love round bases, and the fact that you don't have to put those models rank and file like uh, one next to another, base to base, means a lot to me because I'm a painter and a hobbyist, and the aspect of like having cool bases like those guys do is very important to me. And the bases like some units from Warhammer Fantasy Battles, they had like two small bases, and then you would have to rank them up. So that would mean you will have to like put them like very in very weird uh, poses and very weird uh, because they would have to fit one to another. You couldn't have like the very wide pose. They would have to be changed so they fit. Uh, it was it was a pain in the ass sometimes because uh, some models were just too wide. They didn't fit. Like I do have my or like Boar Boys from the I guess it was they were made in the like fifth edition, and then they followed up to the eighth edition. In the eighth edition, there was like the new set of Border Boys, but yeah, the old ones they were too wide to actually uh, go on the base to base, and then you couldn't actually put them rank by rank because the tails and the heads of they were uh, they were like touching each other, and you couldn't actually push it so the base touches base. So it was crazy. And now we run bases, and the fact you don't need to keep them base to base, it's all good for me. I love the idea. And also, I do play like the War Machine and Hordes, and you can have the units there that are like so, and it's not a problem. And also, like 40k, no problem with units on the brown bases. They look cool, and even I saw people are making kind of like movement trays for Age of Sigmar models, and it's still pretty good. So yeah, that's great. The second like the thing I love in Age of Sigmar is the open world, and what I mean by that is that they can make like new armies. Like now, like they did dwarves from the clouds, and that is awesome. And like previously in old world and like the fantasy battles world, you couldn't actually feed those there. uh, People would be raging. So I think it was very smart move, uh, and I was very happy to actually go and start Age of Sigmar. And well, I picked Flesh Eater Courts, and well, when it was all cool when we were playing 1,000 point games, but then when my like meta switched to 1,500 or like 2,000 points, it was just too large for me. And well, you know, I do have like 20 ghouls painted and like 20 more in painting, but it's like too much. I couldn't finish those next 20 because it was too much for me. Like it's boring for me. It's boring to paint that much of the same model. And yeah, this is mostly why I don't like Age of Sigmar now, because it's still like the huge armies there, and you have to have like a lot of models. but then you don't have those movement trays, and you have to like move one piece and another and stuff like that. In Fantasy Battles, it didn't actually bother me that much, because then you would put them on one movement train and move them just like one model. So I think it was cooler in Fantasy Battles than in Age of Sigmar. But now they actually release the Age of Sigmar Skirmish, which brings the small number of models to the battlefield, and this is what I love about it. So yeah, this is a chance for me to actually go back and play Age of Sigmar. And well, with my Flesh Eater scores, I actually don't need to buy any more models. I can just start with them, and then I can go for another armies, like small projects, which I love. So, for example, you can see here Stormcast Eternals and Khorne Bloodbound. Yeah, I'll finish those armies and go and play someday with those. So yeah, that is very cool idea for me, and I love making those small projects and like finishing them and then starting another one, another army. The Oryx is my like the like well, I love orcs and goblins, so the Oryx, the Iron Jaw, will be my next project. Uh, but yeah, so what you see now is actually the part of the Storm of Sigmar box set, which is like the small starter set for Age of Sigmar, and I think this is perfect to start your skirmish battles. Inside you will find also a book with and I feel like I did like a small review of that, so you can check it back. But yeah, you will see the new some rules there, and like the scenario book. There's also where there's like the small scenarios, so like one retributor fights three blood warriors that are trying to make some kind of ritual for Khorne. Like those kind of like they have like this small text about what's happening and why they're fighting. This is very cool, and well, at some point I will probably make like battle report made of those scenarios. But yeah, you should definitely try it. And this is very cool way to actually go into Age of Sigmar, and also you can replace the rules from the Storm of Sigmar with the Age of Sigmar skirmish rules, which will bring you more fun, I guess. So yeah, so let's start talking about the models that are in the box. You probably already seen them, but yeah, some armies I have upgraded. So yeah, so here you've got the Bloodbound. So yeah, check them out because they are very neat models. This is a champion, so we'll bring him here. Yeah, so as you can see, it has a lot of detail. Like the new models are great, and the number of schools you've got, it tells you he's a champion. Like these guys, they at least have one school, but like this one have two. I guess this one have only one. Yeah, but they are all like with the theme of Khorne, which is very cool. And at some point, I will like add some more models to that, so you can play it actually in a skirmish. So yeah, and probably some hero would be nice too. So I guess like the maybe the Slaughter Priest of the free model from the White Dwarf. That would be great. Okay, and now let's go to the Stormcast Eternals. And like in the Storm of Sigmar set, you actually have like those models, and yeah, let's put it here. This is the Retributor Prime, which is a champion of the unit, and there's like the Retributor, and now yeah, I do have like those extra Liberators. And then there's the guy from the quest, whose name is Lord Questor. Yeah, so So yeah, so he was banded for the quest, but now he'll be leading. Like this is actually the same model that is in the starter set for the Age of Sigmar Skirmish for Stormcast Eternals, and the army without actually the special weapon, the Great Hammer, but only like those three Liberators and the Retributors, like two Retributors. This is like 50 points army, so it's kind of small, as you can see. And I guess this would be like the standard starting army. They in the rules of skirmish they say you should start with 25 points, but I don't think it's a good start because like the hero from the Flesh Eater Courts, so the Abhorrent Gold King, he actually costs like 24. So yeah, and you have to have like the minimum of three models. So there's nothing you can do to actually start with Ghoul King. And well, it would be shame to not start with the Ghoul King with the Ghoul army, right? So yeah, so there's that. That's all I have for you now. Next video we will make like the list, the army list for the skirmish for these guys, and we also will make the list for the Flesh Eater Courts, and maybe for like I'm pretty sure I will have a book. So yeah, so we might also make another list for the Khorne. The Bloodbound or the Blades of Khorne as they are called now. Yeah. So, so check this out, and yeah, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.